Hey, you there, thank you for watching, and welcome to Forged Alliance Forever. Today, I have a special cast for you today. This is in celebration of reaching 50 plus subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much for all of the love and the support. And if you are watching this video and you are not subscribed, please consider doing so. I try to put up a FAF cast every single day, and I hope you enjoy this one. This is on the very famous dual gap. We're going to have 12 players in this game. It is a 6v6 ladder match. So let's go ahead and introduce our players so we can get onto the action. We'll start here in the northwest corner with Team 1 with the pink player of Sir Traylon going first air as a UEF in the northern air slot. To their south we have Rogue Toaster as a Cybran going first land in crimson. In dark gray, we have already on the move Active Backlash as well going Cybran and first land. In the naval slot, we have Zar JC going first land in blue, going first land second air. Continuing on with Dak in the teal color as a Cybran going first land in the eco slot. Last but not least for Team 1, we have our Phase 1 going first land second air in the southern air slot as the purple player, and again he's playing UEF. We have for Team 2 Panko Osan going first land second air as a Seraphim in gray. We have Neberto going first land in red as a UEF in the eco slot. We then have again Payne going first land, second navy as a Aeon in orange. On the northern side of the channel we have Robinator going first land, second land, third land, land all day, every day in dark blue as a Cybran. And then his partner in the land game, Green Submarine, fitting because he is green, going Seraphim. Starting with first land, second land, third air. No, that's a land. That was always confused me. And last but not least, for the game and for Team 2, we have Prophet going first, most likely first air, second land, or first land, second. Again, I wasn't here to see that. Again, in dark green, and that is all of the players for the match. Very traditional dual gap map. We have these northern channels for some possible run-bys, as well as the main land section of the map. Lots of juicy reclaim to gather for our players. Bunch of rocks for everyone to scoop up into their coffers and turn into machines of war, and just maybe some engineers who just want to hang out. We have gifting of technology, it looks like, to the Cybran player in the eco slot, maybe going up for some of those shields, or maybe possibly some artillery later in the game. Again, these eco slot players are very important. They're going to pretty much dictate what the rest of the game will look like, whether that be with the Paragon, Maver, regular T3 artillery, any of that juicy end game stuff going on. We have some early plays going out in the northwest section with some Selens taking out these engineers in the north. That little icon there. Go. Trying to get up that T1 PD. That engineer does reclaim that Selen. Are they going to get the other one? No, they're going to like to finish the PD. It's going to be close. Nope, does not finish it, and that is going to be a lockout for right now. But we do have the comm of Rogue Toaster moving in to secure that position. Again, more aggression going out from Team 2, taking out these early engineers going after these rocks. Juicy mass. Again, more land all day, every day here for the middle of the map for both players. Both land comms are moving into the center of the map. However, the comm of Robinator decides to stay in the base a little longer than his compatriot here of Green Submarine. Early air scouts and interceptors going to take out these bombers, looking to get some early harass down, but that's going to fail. Naval game starting to pick up some speed. We have a couple frigates moving into the front line, as well as this Spirit and Aurora who can float. So nice little early scouting going on to see what's going on the western side of the map. We have a drop going down on the center plateau raised section thingamajig. A good place to build up some SAMs, as well as maybe T2 already to dissuade some naval forces in the water, of course, because Navy, well, 90% of the time Navy is only in the water, except for those pesky T2 destroyers from the Cyberans. Again, the ratings for this game, no one's above 2,000, no one is under 1,400. So, oh, actually, excuse me, there is one player over 2,000, which is Rogue Toaster of 2,200. But it is a 92%, so pretty good with the balancing. We'll see if that 2,200 does play a major role in this game. Again, the ACU highlight mod allowing everyone, including myself, to at least keep track of the comms a lot better, especially when we have a bunch of RASCOMs running around doing their crazy shenanigans. Those frigates moving in from, again, Pain, looking to get that early harass down, taking out these engineers. Would not be surprised to see them dissuaded by these attack submarines. Looks like they're going after the resourcing options of one of the land players for Team 1. They're going to get at least one extractor taken out. Yep, there it is. And let's see, they go for a second one. These subs should be moving closer to these frigates to make sure that they do get the kills. Looking to continue moving up. Oh, going after this engineer. Takes out one of the engineers, and then now goes after the T2 mass extractor of the other land player for Team 1. I would like to see at least some comms saying, hey, you know, if there's, you know, frigate dealing damage to my extractors, come on, it's just getting free damage on it. It's a T1 PD, that's not close enough. Let's look at the range for that thing. Yeah, the frigate's here, and okay, that PD is going up. No, that's not going to work. Still out of range. It is going to get that T2 extractor. Ooh, 50 hit points. Ooh, that is a tough blow. Ooh, okay, now we're getting those subs to move in and take out that frigate. That could have definitely been handled better for Team 1 with some better communication. We got some not the fighter bombers inbound, it looks like. T1, yeah, not the fighter bombers inbound in the mid. Let's see if the gray player of Panko can do anything with those. Get any work done. Looks like they're moving in over the middle of the map, looking to maybe target the eco player. Let's see. Yep, going after, looks like the power generator. If they're able to get that shield generator online, they'll be able to dissuade these fighter bombers, but it's gonna be close. No, they're gonna get those bombs launched before it comes online. Takes out the shield generator, deals massive damage to that power generator, and kills that power generator and a decent amount of the build I was gonna say build order, but build power. Ooh, and then gets another bomb off, takes out one of the mass storage. Is not the end of the world. Oh, but the other one comes in and takes out two mass extractors. So a power generator and two mass extractors for two fighter bombers. I feel like that is a very good trade. And they are going to be doing some more damage. Let's track this fighter bomber. It does look like we got some damage in the mid going down. Fighter bomber is going to get wrapped up though. Massive push out from the likes of Team 1. Let's see if they can get this going anywhere. Looks like the reinforcements out from Green Submarine dissuade the rest of the forces out from active backlash. They are securing a nice amount of reclaim here in the middle of the map. Good to see that. Going down T2PD, making sure that no one gets anywhere near that. Air Scouts going overhead to see what's going on. We have some comms already in the water. The comm of Robinator deciding to just hang out. and not push on the front lines. We'll most likely see the rest of the comms in the mid pull back. We even see, as we speak, Green Submarine being like, nah, I'm good. I did my one push. That's fine. We do have another push out from the army of active backlash. Are they going to be able to get to this fire base being constructed here? I don't really think so. It's all T1. There is a T2 PD, which the Cybran PD isn't super great, but it is decently effective against T1 units, considering they are super weak. And just to add insult to injury, here comes a destroyer to help further say, hey, leave. Let's check on the eco, at least at the generated eco. We have about 500 for Team 2 and about 400 for Team 1, so about 100 mass generated differential. That's going to matter significantly as we start to see these mass totals start to separate. Starting to get about 3K, 4K mass differential. That will widen as time goes on if Team 1 does not close the generated eco gap. I mean, with you know, reclaim it, you can keep up, but there isn't an infinite amount of reclaim. There technically is an infinite amount of mass in these mass slots, so you know, you gotta look at it from that standpoint. Do you take the short-term gain or the long-term gain? Team 2 kind of electing for that longer-term gain. Both of the comms for the land game for Team 2 are now pretty much going to go into the water, while Team 1's ACUs stay on the front lines. Don't see any further movement from them. We're at about 12 minutes almost. So T3 starting to be, yep, T3 achieved for Team 1. Both players of Team 1 in the air slots. One player on Team 2 and another. So T3 achieved for both players. And strats may be a problem, especially for those forward-facing comms of Team 1. This is a share until you die game. So if the players, you as the players, die, all of your units, all of your structures that were constructed by you, even if they're shared with somebody else, are destroyed. So later on in the game, that makes a big difference as comms have built and players have built a ton of stuff, whether that be power, T3 arty, paragons, SMD, anything and everything. If it's built by one player and that player goes the way of the dinosaur, the way of the those structures and units also follow the dinosaur. What's nice about the T2 Cybran missile launchers is that they split. You'll see these kind of missiles split halfway through, and they're still able to do some damage against these structures, these missile defenses. They aren't that much damage per individual like split, but again, we're talking about overwhelming the zappers. They aren't Aeon, and so Aeons have the best T2 missile defense system in the game. We have another push out from Team 1 from active backlash. It's getting close, but we do have some Ilshis on the field, and they are pretty much going to clean up the rest of this T1 force. Again, pretty much another mass dump. I mean, you got 45s, a bunch of 45s, 22s. That adds up after a while. That's more PD, that's more upgrades, it's more factories. We do have T3 land achieved and already constructed for Rogue Toaster. See that 2200 prioritizing tech over quantity, so quality over quantity, as the phrase goes. We have T1 bombers, not gonna do a whole lot. Does take out a missile launcher, so I mean, it's something. It's better than nothing. More naval push out from Payne here in the southwest section, closing in on the main base of Team 1. Destroyers starting to out-damage these frigates, as well as taking out the other destroyers. Decent amount of reclaim here. This is on Team 1's side, though, so don't expect Team 2 to send a bunch of engineers over to that. We don't have yet of any massive plays air out from the eco player of Team 1. It is 14 minutes, so we should see an SMD here in about, I think it's about 10 minutes. I think it's about 25 minutes is roughly when they get one online. That's if anybody goes for nukes. And I think the assumption for a lot of dual gap players is, if the assumption is everyone builds SMD, there's no point in building nukes. Unless you get that one player that doesn't build it. But usually one person on both sides of the channel builds an SMD. So there isn't really a need to funnel a bunch of resources into like a nuke rush, because everyone's going to have SMD constructed and online anyway. So something to think about if you do play dual gap a decent amount, especially because the meta is build SMD, and if the meta is definitely build SMD every single time, nukes aren't going to be effective. Team 1 talking to each other, talking about scouting. Looks like R1 has some sort of plan, and ASF's being built up. Would like to see some T3 engineers starting to be built over here to build some anti-air, just in case you have a run by. Again, there's a bunch of places to build SAMs, so you get a strat in there and someone isn't expecting it, and that's a bad day for one of those players on Team 2. Mass fab farms under construction around this hydro for both of the eco players, or at least, yeah, started for both players, yeah. Bunch of missiles being launched. Looks like they've overwhelmed the front line defenses of Team 1 with the help of these destroyers in the bay. It's good to see that we have some teamwork going on, some coordination. This is going to be, it isn't an epic, as a guy would call it, but this is going to be a pretty long match. So buckle in, and if you've been enjoying the cast or my videos in general so far, please like the video, comment down below saying who do you think is going to win as of 16 minutes and 53 seconds. Again, I greatly appreciate all the love and the support everyone's been giving me, and this is why I'm doing this special cast for y'all, because I've just appreciated your guys' time and attention and eyeballs and all of the support, again, I've been getting from everyone. Again, I'd like to inform everyone that I am going to do another one of those community posts asking for your guys' map submissions or suggestions on what kind of game you'd like to cast, whether it be a 1v1 or just, you know, an AP8 or what map, or whether it's a custom or ladder or any of that stuff. Please, again, I want to cast games that you guys enjoy watching, and of course also cast games that, of course, I enjoy watching as well. I think you guys would enjoy as well. But I'd love input from all of y'all, and again, like I said, I just support all of the, I appreciate all of the support I have been getting so far. Yeah, Prophet on Team 2 is asking his players if, teammates, if they're gonna nuke on, I don't know if they're gonna nuke or Team 1's gonna nuke. Oh, I guess they're talking about anti-nuke, not nuke, not regular nuke. Okay, looks like the naval game is starting to favor Team 1 a little bit. See that naval progression starting to kind of shift in that direction. Lots of destroyers. I would like to see some cruisers out from Team 1. We have a cruiser out from Team 2. It just helps dissuade. My apologies, my game froze and crashed. I had to restart, get back to this point. I do apologize. What I was talking about was the fact that Team 2 has some cruisers in the back line to make sure that Team 1 doesn't spam a bunch of torpedo bombers out. However, Team 1 does not have any of those cruisers on the front line, meaning Team 2 could do that to them. So you always got to be aware of what is the enemy doing, what are you doing, what can you counter, what can they counter, and trying to think at least a couple steps ahead, because if the enemy keeps thinking further ahead than you do, then you're going to end up on the back foot, and then eventually you're going to lose the match. Just something to point out while we are watching this game. Get rid of that. That's not supposed to be there. Looks like we have some congregating in the middle for Team 1. Team 2 has a line of PD kind of preventing any build up here in the middle. I would like to see this a little bit farther forward because they could easily capitalize on these mexes, especially these 7 right here. But the way they position themselves, they're not going to move forward and establish again, which you could do and have like multiple lines of defenses. But looks like Team 1's going to try a run-by attempt on the northern side of the middle. Let's see if this ends up working for them. There is a decent amount of T3 units in here. There aren't any T2. There aren't anything to soak up a lot of damage. There are a couple bricks moving, but they are slow. It looks like the PD is prioritizing the T1, while the siege tanks and the Ilshis are focusing on the T3 assault bots of these loyalists. And when each of these dies, it sends out an EMP pulse. I don't know. It does not affect their own units, so at least that's something. But that tech does fizzle out, leaves a bunch of reclaim down here in the northern section of the map for Team 2 to easily come in and take. I mean, you have, you know, a couple bricks as well. And I think all the bricks are at a bunch of loyalists to scoop up as well. Anything going on the back line? No, just more build up. Everybody has an SMD at least built. Loading is taking place for pretty much everyone. See, Team 2 is using that tactic of using this upper plateau as a way to position some SAMs, allowing this to be a more defensible position. Team 1 is not doing that. I mean, they have a radar system, which is, I guess, something, but not a whole lot. SAMs being built along the shoreline on the edge of the water here to prevent a flyby, which is a good move to do. However, I would like to see kind of maybe some here or some here. Maybe at least this section to kind of take some more bombers or fighters out before they get even closer in. And like I was mentioning earlier, those torpedo bombers are able to just be used en masse because Team 1 doesn't have any cruisers to shoot them down. We do have something being built over here. What is this? Ooh, it's a chicken bot. We have a T4 experimental unit on the way for Team 2. Looks like that's going to be the first one of the game. That'll help shore up more of those defenses. We have a bunch of artillery being built here for Rogue Traveler. Looks like we have 7 of them built so far, working on the 8th and the 9th, and a bunch more defenses. Looks like he knows that he needs to hold that position or things are going to get ugly. That artillery preventing these awesomes and mobile shields really getting a huge push out. We also have a soothsayer, a perimeter monitoring system out on the way, so Team 1 will definitely know what's going on in the middle section. No surprise run-bys or anything of the sort. There's really nothing spicy going on in the back as of right now. Decent amount. We have 2 quantum gateways with some RASCOMs being produced, so scaling up that eco fairly quickly. More hives being built to speed up that production as well. A bunch of mass fabricators going down, kind of in like a haphazard pattern, not pattern thing, so they don't chain react and explode. Pretty smart move. Energy storage. We have some more torpedo bombers. We do have these ASFs that will just evaporate those bombers. And these forces out from Team 1 starting to take out a bunch of production yards, as well as, well, they started to take out the air defenses, but then stopped. More destroyers out for them as well, allowing them to fire back at these ones as well, dealing more damage and pushing them back. Again, cruisers, very effective. Team 2 now has 2 of them. They're operating on 1 naval yard, and they're holding back like a huge production yard over here. So props on Payne just holding off their mirror here in the water. I mean, they are being pushed back, but I mean, I feel like a lot of the damage, a lot of the mass is being dropped here on the eastern side. We can actually check really quick. Yeah, a decent amount of that mass is on the east side. I mean, there is mass everywhere, but are seeing some engineers coming out taking the reclaim. Would like to see some more kind of just attack move, because again, you have Like a 1500 there, 2000, 2000. You know, you have a decent amount of mass in this water that you can easily turn into more boats. We have an experimental out from a Backlash. Looks like it's a Monkey Lord. It's going to help shore up the defenses on the center side of the map. Center side, place, whatever. Tomato potato, as I would I call it. And you're probably thinking, those are not the same thing. And that's my joke, is that they aren't the same thing. It's like potato... no, it's like tomato, tomato. It's like that phrase, except with potato. It's just a phrase that I've modified for myself. Like, same difference. It's the same kind of thing. We have some bricks moving out to support this chicken bot. We do have, again, a huge, huge fire base gone down. T2PD, whole bunch of stuff. Engineers being led to the slaughter. Constantly building up T2PD. But that chicken bot is taking massive amounts of damage, already below its middle hit points. Bunch of Corsairs come in and take out that chicken bot. It was able to take out a shield. That's really about it, and this will dissuade the rest of this force from moving out. And again, even if they pushed in, it wasn't really going to matter, because with all of this PD, they weren't going to get very far, honestly. I mean, even though Cybran PD isn't the strongest thing, enough of anything will kill anything. Like, enough T1 bombers will kill a Colossus, for example, and we've seen it. Start Maver already, deck, talking to the eco player of Team 1. Looks like they're going to set it up right here. Maver, that's an interesting play. 26 minutes, that's a pretty early Maver to be started. But, checking them, it looks like the Team 2's eco player has already got a Duke 75% of the way there. So, a huge play out. Artillery already being in place. I don't think you need a second SMD, dude, but that's fine. Lots of mass, no shields. Good thing a strat bomber doesn't come in and just wreck all of that. Again, shields are down here on... Ooh, that's a nice hit. 3 PD going down. Shields are down here for this fire base. And engineers come out to start scooping up that reclaim. Looks like Team 2 is starting to pull back a little bit, not push too much. Their artillery here in the southern section of the center map is starting to have an effect on these engineers. But again, engineers are literally led to the slaughter to just soak up mass, so not the end of the world for Rogue Traveler. And all of that artillery has severely diminished the defenses here at this base. A secondary defensive perimeter, I guess, starting to be built, maybe, with all of these bricks and this perimeter mounting station. Would like to see some more PD here, and there's another chicken for defense as well. We have battleships built for both players in the Navy game. Unfortunately for Team 1, there are more T3 ships versus this one Otham, and that Otham gets just evaporated. So sieging capabilities are online for Team 2. Looks like we have another battleship. We have Corsairs coming in, taking out 1, 2, 3 of the destroyers. That anti-air from these aircraft carriers will be able to take care of a lot of those Corsairs. ASF's moving in. Another battleship, another battleship, another battleship. 3 battleships on the way. That artillery has finished. What is it targeting? Let's see. It looks like it's going after... Yep, it's going after that Maver, which is almost 50% complete. That's pretty good, considering we talked about it like 2 minutes ago. So this is definitely going to be the target for Team 2. And Team 1 needs to put anything and everything we've got into this. Because if multiple artillery get online for Team 2 and they don't have anything to fire back with, it's not going to go well. Monkey Lord hiding underneath the shields. protecting this fire base. Again, Team 2 can easily just walk this way. They have the Navy, they have the beach pretty much secure. A bunch of Corsairs, though. Both of those aircraft carriers they get taken down. That's not good for Team 2 in the Navy side. That's a lot of mass to just kind of just... oh, that hasn't stopped moving yet, but yeah. Torpedo bombers, Corsairs. Like, Corsairs are being very effective right now. Took out a chicken bomb, taking out destroyers, taking out battleships. That was a really good shot. And then they're just going to go in for the next one. Looks like they've reloaded their bombs. Oh, look at all those hit points just get shredded on that thing. Ooh, that's gotta hurt Team 2. We have some engineers being airlifted to the front to get some mass. Team 2's got to get some anti-air. There we go. There's their ASF. Taking out the rest of the Corsairs. The issue is that Corsairs are pretty cheap to make. And that's a lot of ASF out from Team 1. How many ASF is that? We got 136 versus 108. That's a 3 to 2 advantage for Team 1. So I mean, if Team 2 gets a couple good turns, and with all of these anti-air turrets, the ships going online, they might be able to take it with massive air fight in the middle from multiple players out from both teams. Ooh, this is going to be a tough comeback coming from Team 1. Almost all of their ASF are gone out from R1. I mean, they've diminished a lot, as well as Sir Train. A lot of those ASFs are gone now. I mean, Team 2 now pretty much has air control. Ooh, that's got to hurt for Team 1. They were winning the air game, and then they just lost it, which must be very disheartening. Oh, that was a plasma. There's how many artillery are online? Now there's a second one. I thought I saw another shot somewhere. I just missed it. We have Novaks online. That's not gonna go well for Team 1. A third Duke online for Team 3. Do we have anything in the north? Looks like we had strap bombers or something starting to take out the back line of Team 2's base. Is that Maver online? That Maver got online. Look at that thing. That thing starting to get its angle all right and starting to land or fire the first shells onto the enemy team. I am very surprised that that thing got online with all the artillery that rained down, especially with this Novaks. Getting shields up, making sure the nuke defense is online, which, I mean, it has 2 missiles, so it's not that bad. Shields, 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 and more shields need to be put down for Team 1 if that thing's going to survive. Especially with 3. Yeah, that's a lot of firepower raining down. I feel like there's another one somewhere. We have a Oswasher starting to be constructed for Team 2 to experiment with the monitor from the Seraphim. All of the comms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, all 6 comms are in the water for Team 2, and 2 of the comms are in the water. Well, 3 of the comms are in the water for Team 1, but a lot of them hanging on the shoreline, except for R1, who's just hanging out over here. Which this satellite could easily just walk over there and be like, "Oh, that's a nice target." Oh, shields are down. Shields are down. Oh, and then another shield pops online. I guess we're gonna have to go to split screen for this because this is gonna be close. So let's zoom in on the Maver and let's zoom in on these. Ooh! Oh, that's gotta hurt. All except one of the artillery are down. And it's not looking good for Team 2. Those Maver shells pack a punch and deal a lot of damage, especially when they're ringed with 4 T3 fusion generators. Fusion reactors? Fusion reactors. Or P-gens as the short version of that. More and more shields are being diminished, using that technique to assist the shield, but those Maver shots take out the entire shield. Oh, there goes another one. All 3 T3 artillery for the eco player of Team 2 are now down, and the one being built is down. We have a SAR that has been constructed. I think we can go and go back to regular view. We have strat bombers as well as ASF in the middle for Team 2. Naval push continuing to make some progress here for Team 2 as well. Looks like we got some shields that don't do anything damage-wise. Oh, yes, we have one anti-air. The ASF's going to distract the ASFs of Team 1 with a bunch of T1 bombers and SATs, or strats, not SATs. Strats in tow. This is not looking good for Team 1. Our aircraft carrier is going down. Taking it. Oh, okay, so Team 1 is definitely aware of these strats. Let's see if they have a answer for that. They just see those SAMs. See, now they're being built. They should have been built like 5 minutes ago, in my opinion. A bunch of ASFs being built here down for this little choke point here. A bunch of T1 bombers and an Osmosher experimental bomber and a Tsar. Oh, this is not looking good for that Maver. Ooh, yeah, and these SACUs are like, yeah, we should probably move out of the way. There's a lot coming our way. ASF's targeting the Tsar. Let's see if all these SAMs are able to take it out. Okay, shields are down. Hit points just getting shredded on that donut. Donut is down. Osmosher comes in with its bomb. It gets killed. Bomb lands. That Maver is alive with 600 hit points. 600 hit points. A shielded SACU coming in to help assist with defenses. Lots of bombers coming in. Strat bombers coming in. Yeah, that thing is going down. Boom. So roughly at the same time, about like say a minute or so after the artillery was taken out for Team 2, Team 1 comes in and goes like, nah, no. If we can't have artillery, no one can. Looks like Com gated in to, I guess, assist with the Maver killing. Are they? Did he? Oh, he jumped in to take the reclaim. Oh, at least I think that's what they did. That thing's gonna go down. It's just shooting at that Maver wreck. Looks like it was soaking up the Osmosher there, soaking up more reclaim. That's an interesting move out from that player of Team 2, out from Green Submarine, sending in a teleportable SACU to get the mass from that. That's interesting. And then they went over and tried to blow up the mass fabricator, but the AoE doesn't do a whole lot. And that's an interesting play. And the comm, like I mentioned earlier, being primaried by that defense satellite, but it's going to walk in the water, so it's fine. Spy planes overhead for Team 2, letting them know what's going on. Bunch of kennel stations being built, not grouped together, so they're spread out a little bit. Pretty smart. That air grid is a box? I don't know what's going on. Did he like do the perimeter like a puzzle and then is filling in the middle maybe? Interesting concept for that. A bunch of ASFs. Wow, I can't speak. ASFs in the middle. Team 2 has most of the control of the water here in the mid. There's a couple of engineers as well as SAUs going after these mass, but that Omen class should probably move because it's just getting primary to a bunch of these units. Just damage that doesn't need to be done. All these T1 bombers could probably take out that Omen class, to be fair. It'd be close. It'd be close for sure. Looks like they're going somewhere. I don't know where they're going. Where are they going? More strat bombers being built in back there from the mini map, and there's another Tsar built moving across. Looks like all those SAMs are probably going to kill it. These bombers are not going to get anywhere, unfortunately. Maybe some minor damage, but yeah, not really going to do a whole lot. Wait. Ow! Panko put all of these SAMs down. I thought it was Team 1. Never mind. I apologize for that. That's an interesting idea, putting a bunch of SAMs, again, to prevent that run-by. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of SAMs. Okay, more SAMs there. Oh, looks like... Did they get an artillery online? Oh yeah, there's an artillery online for the land player of Active Backlash. Since he's not funneling it into defenses for the land game, looks like that Tsar has been spotted. SAMs still being built, just constantly a string of SAMs. ASFs come in, take out the shield. There's another Osmosher in behind it. Tsar is about half dead or half alive. Take your pick. Comment down below if you know what video game that line is from. The Tsar has almost been destroyed. I was gonna say sub 1,000 hit points and it's gone. Strat bombers coming in. Ice Washer coming in. It's going for one of the comms. The comms are moving. The comm of deck has been spotted. The bomb goes off. And the explosion and the crash landing of the Ice Washer takes out the first player in the game. That is Team 1 losing their eco player. And it is share until you die, like I mentioned before, and all of his infrastructure is gone. Oh, that feels bad. Getting crash landed by a Ice Washer, that's what kills you. Should have been deeper in the water. But first death, 38 minutes. That's pretty late for a match of FAF. Usually somebody goes down in the first 15 to 20. But that artillery raining down, starting to deal economic damage to the air player of Team 2 in the south section. That satellite moving overhead to start taking out some shield energy. Another one under construction, kind of like in the cliff, pretty much. It's a little flat. Bunch of plasma cannons on the edge. I don't know what that's about. Maybe add more room for the middle, maybe? You don't need multiple SMDs. That's not really a good use of mass, to be fair. I mean, yeah, you want to have a backup, but Maver under constructed again for Team 1, this time on the northern section. And the air player of Team 1 in the north, Sir Traylon, just expanding out, even getting into the Navy game as well. Getting some SAMs, protecting his comm. Good move. Duke almost finished construction back in the remnants of that Maver. Donut just hanging out. Razcom sucking up all that mass. Oh, that nuke went down. That nuke, anti-nuke, went down. Apologies. Is there an anti-nuke on this southern side? Emissary on the cards for the southern section. So 2 artillery being built here. Artillery being built here. Artillery being built here. Surprised I don't see like a Paragon or a Yamana Oz or any of those like very end game things. It was a Maver, to be fair, which got constructed and then destroyed. Artillery online for Team 2 once again. Don't see anything else. Satellite still there. Looks like another T3 artillery installation being built, as well as a emissary for the Navy player. Everything on the northern section. I mean, SMDs everywhere. Which, I mean, smart move, but it's a lot of mass. Team 1 and Team 2 in the mid have kind of hang out. Rogue Toaster, I almost said Traveler, built a megalith and didn't even move it, just kept it there. Hanging out again, that monkey door. So that we have another Ice Washer built and online. Looks like it's going to take out some of the naval units, going after that one destroyer. Takes out a I think the torpedo just died to anti-air. I mean, it got some mass killed and it has 1 rank of veterancy, so I mean, it's doing some work. Massive T2 naval spam going down. Team 1, they're starting to get a huge amount of SAMs. This is just an exorbitant, just way too many. Way too many SAMs. Look at, and then multiple, I was going to say sonar. Those are not sonar. Those are harms. So pretty much telling Team 2, you're not coming anywhere near us with Navy. Or air, pretty much. Oh, that Ice Washer taking some hits from those cruisers. Oh, looks like it doesn't even drop into the yellow. And more ASFs from Team 1 being eradicated. Looks like even one of the land players for Team 2 going into the air game as well, getting some additional ASFs. Bomb coming in, takes out a couple more T2 boats, drops into the yellow, has to pull out. I mean, I would probably focus on this cruiser first. Spy planes on the way, seeing what's going on. Looks like the arty from Team 1 is starting to break the shields of Team 2. Do they have that Maver online? No, Maver's not. We have 1, 2 artillery, 3 artillery. Yeah, 3 artillery online, and that's starting to break the shields. For Team 2, they need to get more shields. Just build more shields. Not 1, not 2, just like 10 of them. Just all the shields you can build. Just anything and everything. Another Ice Washer almost completed for Team 2. I mean, I'm surprised to see he hasn't started building like again a Yolana Os. Oh, and I say that, and it is being constructed very slowly, not really being primaried by anything. But ooh, that artillery goes down once again. Both those, that's gotta hurt. That's the second time. What is that? 6 of them have now been destroyed. The emissary's online, so at least they have something to shoot back with. But it's starting to get primaried. Ice Washer is online. That's another one. That first Ice Washer does go down. 2 anti-air and ASFs. Shots raining in, just back and forth constantly. Unfortunately for Team 2, they just don't have the firepower to break a lot of these shields. They could go after these Dukes, or the Duke, or even this Emissary. Not a lot of shielding around that thing. Another experimental bin constructed. It is the Maver, so that is the second Maver. Count. Second Maver. It's insane. He also has the stealth upgrade, so he's the little like blue invisible guy. It's pretty funny just to see that with the side bins. That with the shared till death condition in, telemazer is probably not the best thing to do, because if you don't make it out, all of your infrastructure is gone. Especially for Rogue Toaster. I mean, look how much infrastructure he has. SAMs, experimentals, Maver, SACUs, just anything and everything. Just if he dies, a lot of Team 1's defenses are going to be knocked out. Still primarying a lot of those SMD. Now they're starting to focus, all that artillery starting to focus on that Yolana Os. Looks like somebody gave over control of some harms to teammates, which is pretty funny, but they can't really use them. Well, I guess to help with the Yolana Os, so that actually is kind of smart. Cool in resources, but no. Okay, shield goes back online, then gets taken out once again. You need to build more shields. I know one of my last videos showed the like huge value you can get out of assisting the shields, but you still need shields for when you have like 4 or 5 artillery, especially a Maver, coming in and just taking out a shield in one shot. Doesn't really work. See, look, that one's gone. Ooh, that's a direct hit. It's still online, and then gets destroyed. That lingering damage probably from that emissary. So that is not completed, and ooh, that RAS ACU just takes it to the face. Looks like this is starting head in one direction. Another Maver online, as well as more artillery. It looks like Team 1 kind of has it in the bag. At least that's what it looks like. It's starting to teeter in one direction. We are at 46 minutes. Team 2 has got to make a play to stay in this game. We have strats being built over here on the northeastern side from multiple players, as well as ASF to help protect them. We have some bricks kind of just hanging out next to this cliff. Saying this, we have a Scathis. Look how this Scathis is placed. It is placed at the front. You could easily walk a couple experimentals in and just take that out. That is very risky and very bold of Team 1. Oh look, we have SACU being teleported in. Takes about half the hit points off that Maver. And looks like Rogue Toaster's there just to say, nah, nope. Reps up some hit points. Gets some mass back. And then builds some T1 PD just to make sure that can't happen again. You gotta adapt to what your enemy's doing. Looks like Team 1 now has a lot of the control of the water. The naval structures are pretty much non-existent. They are non-existent for Team 2. And we have those Salems hanging out over here in this little choke point area. Little beach area. Be interesting to see if they move forward on land. Nothing really going on. Looks like some of the players are kind of getting subcom brain. Don't really know what to do. And it is 47 minutes. It's starting to be a lot to take in. Air grid's starting to go down. Looks like those strats are starting to be positioned in line maybe to take out the Maver. That would be my target. There's not a whole lot of SAM coverage, but I mean it's enough. It probably is enough. Again, would like to see probably a little more over here, and they have some here, so it's good to see them, those SAMs being spread out. Plasma just constantly raining onto the other side of the map. That emissary is taken out, so Team 2 is now artilleryless. They don't have anything to hit back with, and it's not looking good for them. Looks like the ASFs are in position. The strats are still deciding what they really want to do. Look at all those SAMs just fanning out of the main bases. Still only one death. Still only have one death recorded, and that was for Team 1, who's in a good position right now. So it just goes to show that even if you're on the even if you lose a player and you lose all the stuff that they had, you can recover a huge amount of strat bombers. How many strat bombers is that? We got 36 plus an additional 28. We got 60 plus strat bombers. ASF's moving into position, trying to cut off those incoming strat bombers, looking to intercept them. Sam's starting to fire. Looks like the target is that comm of Rogue Toaster, as well as going after that Maver. A lot of those strats being picked off. There's not that many left. Is it going to be enough to pierce all of those shields? Bombs are starting to land. Shields are starting to go down. Shields are down. Takes out the Maver, but there aren't enough strats to kill the Rogue Toaster. And had they done that, again, Team 2 would be in a huge position. They just weren't able to capitalize and build enough strats and have them survive. I think like 3 more of them, 2-3 more of them would have been fine if you engaged on time. Maver was alive. Salt or something going down in chat. Again, plasma raining from the sky. That satellite still online, surprisingly, but it's gonna looks like it's primary by something. Also, artillery being used to take out the fire bases of Team 2 as well. All of the comms sitting in the water, hanging out, and this is not looking good. I'm just gonna speed it up just a little bit. We're at 50 minutes. And again, if you've made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. We have some more strat bombers in the north. I mean, all these, it's not going to work. There's too much strat coverage. There just really is. More appear off the edge of the map, and those ASFs are like, nope, you are not going anywhere. That is a good point. They could have gone all the way around and back, but I think that was too much time for those ASFs to get a firing solution, so that's probably why they went in. All of those torpedo bombers. It's just sad to see that sometimes. A bunch of fire raining down from that scaff. This is built. We've seen 2 of the 4 end game structures or artillery. We have a Paragon. Team 1 is building a Paragon. They are winning. They won the artillery game, pretty much. Team 2's bases are just in tatters. They have a Scathis, so, and Norberto's like, nah, I'm done. See ya. The match is no, I'm good. So Team 1 is building a Paragon. That's insane. We've at least seen all 4 of the end game structures for Team 2. And like the terminology is escaping me as of right now. I do apologize. Game enders. That's the word. Game enders. We've seen 2 Mavers. We have a Scathis. Paragon's online, and that Yolana Oz was under construction and then was summarily destroyed. Wasn't able to complete. Yeah, just let me speed it back up a little bit. I wanted to pause. There's more strat bombers being built for Team 1, or sorry, for Team 2. A small little base in the corner doing something. They're building again. The Yolana Oz makes another appearance. I don't think Team 1 knows about that. Oh, they know something's there. All they know is that there's a stealth field there. And they put it at the edge of the map, so very hard to hit with artillery. Another comm goes down. Looks like it's just a Control K out from Prophet. Robinator as well, Control Ks. Let me slow it back down again. So that's 2 more players that exit the game. that Yolana is still under construction. We can still win, says Green Submarine. I mean, yeah, it is. There is a possibility. It's a slim possibility, but there's a possibility. Monkey Lord under construction. Let's see where that Paragon's at. It's at half. It's already at half in about 2-3 minutes. Pretty quick. Pretty quick Paragon. ASF starting to round up the rest of the air forces out from Team 2. Spy planes go overhead. They gotta know that it's there now. Yep, they know. It's like they're like, there's a thing there. There's a thing there. We don't like it. And those ASFs are like, yeah, it's there. Stealth field generator does not protect you against everything. Looks like shield generator going online. I would not be surprised to see some strats or just T1 bombers just wreck all of that. Panko control Ks. 2 players left on Team 2. Does that Yolana Os go down? More of those hives. Yep, the rest of that goes down. I was not going to finish. We have 2 comms left. The comm of, again, Pain is on the other side of the map, hanging out next to the enemy base. And then Green Submarine control Ks and leaves. So it's a 5v1. Sarah Traylon says GG. The GGs are out in chat. I wonder, is he just... He's on hold fire, I'm assuming, because he would be firing against this stuff. Rogue Toaster control Ks. I don't know if he just left or whatever. But he control Ks. He leaves. Everything. Look at all that stuff going down. Look at it. Huge explosion. All those Rascoms. That Paragon is almost finished. That's insane. That's insane that they decided to just build that. That's hilarious. Looks like the comm of again has been found. He's just hanging out. Just, you know, having a good time. Trying to be friendly. He's like, please don't kill me. And everyone's like out looking for him. But all those torpedo bombers out to the other side of the map and like, where are they? I want to find them. More torpedo bombers on the way. And he's right. He's like, oh, he's right here. Never mind. He's like, dodge, dodge, man, dodge. Czar builds an experimental. The Paragon gets finished. 3 of the... And then those artillery now are starting to attack the comm. Like, get him! He's the last guy! Get him! Get him! Artillery raining down from the heavens doing some... The explosions from the P-Gens kill the comm of again Pain from friendly fire. And that is going to be it, everyone. Desync at the end doesn't really matter because everyone's dead on Team 2. Thank you so much for watching. That was a very fun game to cast. Technical issues kind of throughout the cast, about a little way through. Again, if you guys have any troubleshooting tips on how to remove that ran out of video memory error, I'd greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much.